Hi, this is Siraj, your host, Unleashing Talent. Welcome to the Young Talent Career Podcasts. And today we would be talking about don't get influenced on the face value, think it through. So I'm hoping this podcast will be helpful for you. So let me ask you a question. Are you someone who easily get influenced? Or are you someone who does not get influenced at all? How do you strike balance between getting influenced and not getting influenced? Many of us, including myself, we get influenced by the people that are around us, the friends, the family, and what we look up to. And people just don't come and influence us. When we look at people, when we look at situations, when we perceive things, it has an impact on us, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is that we are human beings and we can be influenced by of any situation or anyone, and it could be a positive influence or it could be a negative influence. Now look, you are a young talent, so you are probably more vulnerable. And why I'm saying more vulnerable, because you have less time to plan your career, right? So you did your graduation and you need to immediately decide which career stream you need to go, or maybe you did your plus two or your intermediate, whatever you may call, in your region, your geo, but then you have to plan something for yourself and you have less time. So getting influenced in a positive way that helps you build your career goal is absolutely excellent, because that's what you wanted to do and that's what has happened. Now, if you get wrongly influenced by people who may have the best idea for you, but that is not suitable for you, but you misjudged it and got influenced. Maybe, let me give you an example. The idea that you got influenced is not your strength area, and then you might have to kind of struggle, right? So I decided sometimes back to work on my strengths, to build my career based on my strength and not based on my weakness. In one of the podcasts, I would definitely talk about a strength-based approach for the young talent, but this podcast is especially for you to keep away from situations that wrongly influence you. So the number one, validate the source of where you're getting influenced from. Number two is understand the credibility of the individual, or the depth of the individual, or knowledge of the individual that you're getting influenced. It could be your friend or whosoever. Number three, you should also challenge your own dream or your career goal to validate if you strongly feel about it. And because if you've decided to do something based on some kind of influence, then you start gathering information around it, and then you later realize that no, that was not your baby. So the point I'm making in this short podcast is see it through. That's very important. It's like think it through. Do some planning, write down stuff, validate your assumptions, talk to people, take some advice, and have positive attitude. And I'll tell you one more very important thing. Feedback is very important. So try and create situations where you get inputs from people and listen to those inputs, those advices carefully. Don't pick this up. Don't buy it if it is not worthwhile for you, but you should definitely consider the feedback from people. One of the practice that I do, and I know that many of the people in corporate do, is the feedback, and they take feedback as a very positive, because they feel that feedback is the only way we can learn and we can improve. So don't get influenced easily, right? Because that could lead to a derailment, that could lead to a situation you don't want to be. So validate it, testify it, and check it thoroughly before you get influenced. And even if you haven't got influenced, be flexible to change and bring yourself back onto the tracks. And once you have thought it through and taken the decision, you should also look at the other situations. So be flexible. I'm sure things would be fine. So this was a small talk on not getting influenced and testifying your assumption before you get influenced and make a decision on it. So think it through is the key one here. Thanks a lot. I hope you like this small podcast.